What is going on, everybody? It is Jackson, Andrew, Chase, and Steven. Welcome to episode 14 of Dinger Dudes. I'm sorry for the 2 week hiatus. We had NFL draft. Steven, no, we had NFL fantasy football drafts the past couple weeks with buying leads and stuff. And we had to get our show Sports Out of Pocket for Wolf Sports Network off the ground. How's everybody's week going? And Steven been distracted me. You know what else
Hey,
is distracting? The
you,
I got.
Cardinals.
I'm
Off.
you
I'm
know what,
cheeky over here, man.
you
I
know
don't
what's
know what to tell
you
you.
know what's distracting me right now is these Cinnabon delights from Taco Bell. If y'all
Those are good,
haven't had,
man.
listen, stop what you're doing right now. I mean, still listen to Dinger Dudes, but get you some of these bad boys. Because listen,
Hey,
I don't care if your
Well,
grandfather just passed away. This would change your life. Um,
I mean,
yeah, I'm gonna have it
today
at my
went
funeral.
well. The week hasn't gone great because of how the Braves played in that Phillies series, but
Oh no
hey,
no
um,
no!
today the Braves looks like they're gonna, take care of business against Colorado. They've won the first two games in that series.
Uncle
I'm
Charlie got
hoping
the win.
Hmm.
Charlie got the win there. I'm hoping that we're George Jacobs. We're hanging on to that last wild card spot by a thread right now. The Mets are just playing insane baseball. They've won at seven in a row now, I believe. They beat the Red Sox tonight.
Yep.
So
Phillies won again, 4-2.
Of
yeah,
course.
I mean,
Oh,
right now the NL East, nobody's slowing down. Everybody's winning ball games. For
Hey,
some
Steven.
reason, the Mets just cannot lose.
Steven, can you tell us how Whit Merrifield played tonight?
Well, Whit Merrifield didn't. So
Exactly.
he was very he's still feeling some type of way, not only physically but emotionally. So
hey, Jared
Whit's out for
Kelenic
a minute.
cranked one in the chop house, 3-run home runs. That was nice to see.
Yeah, he
It
need
is.
to get out of that slump, and maybe him getting back, working himself back in the daily lineup will kind of fix that. But also, other than Whit Merrifield getting hit by a pitch and getting taken out, Bryce Harper, in
Yep.
yesterday's game, even though the Blue Jays blew their lead, at least I'm not gonna say I'm not saying that I'm happy Bryce Harper got hurt because I never wish injuries on any player, even if it is Bryce Harper. So it is very unfortunate to see. I do hope for a speedy recovery, but it's like we're seeing this more and more now, and we talked about it on the Sports Out of Pocket episode today. So it's going to kind of seem like deja vu, but it kind of seems like that we've seen a loss of control on a lot of key pitches from players. I mean, even Charlie Morton has lost control of his curveball this year, and I'm sure that inconsistency just comes with age. But aside from Paul Steens, a fastball can kind of find itself outside the plate a little more often than what we're used to, and players don't like it, and understandably so, because you don't want to have to risk your health when you step up to the plate. You don't want to have that on the back of your mind. But there's just a lot of that factors into it, and we'll see how pitchers kind of adapt to the words that came from Whit Merrifield because he wasn't happy about it.
Well,
Understandably so.
They're
Us
just gonna
Braves
keep
fans,
on.
yeah, us Braves fans
well,
are sick and tired of it because we see a new player on the IL every single week, and it gets aggravating. We've already seen Ozzy miss multiple months because of his injury at the second base position. Whit Merrifield, who I know he's coming off a bad series in Philadelphia against his former team, but for the most part, he's been hot, and now he's out of here, and now we're stuck with Luke Williams, and I'm just gonna go back to my delights because I'm getting
Let's
stressed
also
out.
not forget that Austin Riley's out for the rest of the season for the same type of injury, a ball coming high and inside and hitting him in the wrist.
Andrew, I want to
So
add on to what.
yeah,
Oh, go ahead, Steven.
yeah. I mean, that's the luck that the Braves have kind of had this year. I mean, it weighs on you. It just keeps on going. When you feel like we're about to sit there and get into a rhythm here, another injury happens, or just I don't know, man. This season has been very draining if for a Braves fan.
It really has.
You're just dealing with one injury after another. The bullpen's taking their hits too. AJ Minter's out for the rest of the year. Obviously, we know that. And the only thing that you can be kind of excited about, and I don't even think we're going to use him this year, is Tyler Matzek's in the minor league system.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Hey,
baby, he's
hey,
getting that arm
how about
toasted.
that trade? How about that trade now? Because now, if you look at
nothing.
the
We got
trade,
him for
we
free.
we gave away absolutely nothing, and we got Slug for free. The only downside is Luke Jackson, which again we do not have to use. What I
That
mean by
name,
that is, please stop using him. But Andrew, really
even
quick,
even that name, Chase, is making me go back to my delights.
Well, Andrew, really quick, I want to go back to what you said about the new pitching. And like you said, fastball. That's a pitch that it's grown and evolved so much, almost too much, that's become dangerous that players can't even control it anymore. And you mentioned the name Paul Skeens, and it's kind of created a new art in the MLB that if you are able to control a fastball that's just out of this world like Paul Skeens can, then you kind of elevate yourself to another level that maybe some of these other pitchers now can't reach. Because if you can
Yeah.
throw 99, 101, 102 consistently and control it, then you're just a different beast that these hitters are going to have to adjust to. And I just can't imagine having to be spot on a 102 mile per hour fastball from Paul Skeens that he can just nail the corner anytime he wants.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
hey,
just, I just, I just wanted to say, so I know y'all been dogging on me every single episode about the Cardinals. You know, in the first couple weeks of the season, like, like I don't even pay attention to Cardinals baseball anymore. It's just
what a
draining.
fan.
You were
Yeah,
talking.
Number
Hold on,
one
Bro,
that
fan
I
ain't-
here.
listen.
Hold
I'm
on,
drained too,
let
but
me
at least I
re-say.
pay attention to my Braves.
Let
Yeah, hold
me
on.
let me rephrase it. I
Yeah,
mean, I
please
do
do.
pay attention to the Cardinals. It's just I can't. I can't because they're 70 and 69, right? It's bro, like I said this earlier. I said this to Andrew and Steven earlier. Like, you know, the Jordan Walker situation. We like I can't even name our outfield anymore because they keep switching players in and out. Jordan
Hey,
Walker, like we paid him like for 80 something million dollars and we to be in the minors, to play in the minors. Everybody's calling for our manager's head. We shouldn't have fired Mike Schilt, who's now in the Padres, and we see what the Padres are doing.
hey, speaking of another team that's gone hot and that is on the
Mhm.
Cardinals' tail right now, I want everybody to sing with me. Go Cubs,
Go, Cubs,
go!
go!
Go
Go,
Cubs,
Cubs,
go!
go!
Hey
Hey,
Hey
Chicago,
Chicago, what do
Chicago,
you
what do you
say?
say
say? The
Cubs are
Cubs
Cubs
are
are
good.
gonna
gonna
win
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 today.
I
today.
mean,
today.
I
They've
mean,
been
the
winning.
Cardinals. I
Go
don't know. It's
Cubs,
not the old
go.
Cardinals
Hey
I've
Chicago, what do
seen.
you say? Cubs are gonna win today.
Hey, I gotta
Cubs.
give props to the Windy
All right.
City, man, because the Milwaukee Brewers, for weeks on weeks, they were running away with that NL Central. And
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, they still have the lead by a few games. But the Cubs, the fact that they have transformed their season in the matter of weeks after the
Oh,
All-Star break, because they kept sinking after the All-Star break, and now they found their lifeboat to bring them back up. And they're doing a reverse Ocean Gate, instead of imploding, they're exploding. Well,
Hang on.
it, it,
What the
in a way, like they've boosted themselves up to the wild card race, and now they find themselves in a spot where we
That's
can
like
see.
three out of pocket statements combined.
so
Hey,
the
I just
Cubs
came
ain't winning
back.
no division. I can tell you that right now. Milwaukee still has a 9.5 game lead over
Yeah,
them, so
they
that
do.
that ain't happening.
Yeah.
Right now,
it's
it looks like all the division leaders are pretty much set. And now it's just figuring out where they're going to be when it comes to like 1, 2, 3 seed. I have Milwaukee being in the 3 seed right now. Philadelphia is starting to pull away here. They're starting to get hot again. I hated it.
Unfortunately,
I was hoping that they would stay as cold as this for the second half of the season, but bats are starting to get hot. The pitching's starting to get a lot better. And
well,
right now, as it stands, the Braves would have to play Milwaukee in a 3 game wild card series in Milwaukee, which, if we've seen how we played against them in the season, we beat them 2 out of 3 in Milwaukee. So, hey, that's great for us. I mean, we can give them a Chris Sale and a Reynaldo Lopez, and I give us a fighting chance against any team.
sure.
But it's going to be an interesting playoff if we can
well,
even make it, because
to your
it's not
points,
guaranteed.
No,
it's not guaranteed. And to your point, Steven, a couple episodes ago, actually, I think it was the last episode when I was talking about how the Phillies have had the worst record in the National League since the All-Star break. But then it's like ever since I said that, they turn a new leaf. And it's because their
Because of
pitching
you.
starts might have been because of me, but pitching started to get a little more consistent, and key players that weren't necessarily stepping up before have caught fire. One of them being Kyle Schwarber, who last night, oh my goodness, what a performance from Schwarber. And he's the sole reason the Phillies made that incredible comeback. He went 5 for 6, with 3 home runs, 6 RBIs, and 4 runs. And even tonight, he went 2 for 3 with another home run. So that's 4 home runs he has hit in 48 hours. And like I said, in pitch, Christopher Sanchez started going up and down, but ever since about 2 weeks ago, he started to level out. Ranger Suarez, recovered from that hand injury that he had a couple weeks ago. He's been fine. Of course, nothing's happened to Zach Wheeler. He's still just as dominant. Aaron Nola, he's getting more steady. So everything, it's like deja vu. It's what we've seen from the Phillies the past 3 seasons. Whether they were hot, whether they were not, September is where they found their flame. And if history repeats itself, that flame is going to stay on and they're going to roll through October again. And I'm begging you, MLB, whether it's the Braves, whether it's another team, we do not want to see any more red October. If anyone
there's two
shut that
things
down, I am begging you to.
There's two things I'm actually excited about. I want to see Ohtani in the playoffs. I want to see how Ohtani does in the playoffs.
How he's going to do in the playoffs.
And I hate to say this as a Cardinals fan, but the Brewers would be even more intimidating. You got to remember, their ace, Brandon Woodruff, is out for the season. He hasn't played at all this season.
Yep.
And Christian Yelich is out for the season as well. So imagine Christian Yelich in that lineup.
But here's the key. Here's the key difference to me about the Brewers and why I fear them, and for the sake of the Braves too, something the Braves need to get flipped around, because the Brewers still have, in my opinion, one of the top bullpens in the National League, and it's been that way all season, but they had the bats to back them up, and even their young players are starting to surge at the right time this year. And the Braves, we saw it in that series against Philadelphia, especially in the Sunday night game, where our bullpen came through and sent it to extra innings and kept it that way. Even after the game was tied in the later innings, we got to the top half of the 10th and the 11th, where we saw Rafael Iglesias. Shout out to his milestone, by the way, or getting named. He had some kind of not award. Why I'm blanking on what he was just named, but that's besides the
reliever of the month.
Yeah, thank you. Reliever of the month. So, shout out to him. But we saw him get us through in the top half of the 10th. But there was no offense. We had you start off with the runner on second. Of course everybody knows that now. And especially when you're the road team in extra innings, it's already giving you a disadvantage from the first place. If you don't find the offense and the bats to bring that runner in, you gotta expect a loss. But we got out of the bottom of the 10th and revisited in the 11th inning, and we still couldn't produce. We still couldn't get that base knock, even after advancing the runner to third on a ground ball that sent him to third in the first half.
Have you seen our lineup? Our lineup?
But that's to my point, and I'm saying that's what worries me now. We're seeing more players get on that IL, and there's going to be more uncertainty, and we are already in the dog days of September, and we can't have this happening to us. Like, sure, we won tonight. We won on Tuesday night, but this is against the Rockies. I need to see this productivity out of top teams like the Phillies, because that's what's going to get you through the playoffs. And I'm just not seeing it, and I'm worried. It's worrying me right now, and it's especially as red hot as the Phillies are getting chased. As if history repeats itself, we're going to see Red October get even more red, and I don't like to see it, but it's the reality of the MLB right now.
Oh yeah, no. Even if we beat Milwaukee, that's who we're probably going to end up facing, and then we're right back in for a three straight years of going. But here's the difference to me. This is the difference when it comes to that series, and something that kind of gives me just a tad bit of hope. The pitching rotation this year, in my opinion, we're leveling up with the Phillies. We level up with just about anybody in baseball. The rotation is going to be keeping us in ball games. It's just a matter of how our bats are going to be performing. Philadelphia, the first 2 games are in Philadelphia. Games 3 and 4 coming back to the ATL. And I can tell you this: if we can get just a split, if we can win games 1 or 2 in Philadelphia, just find a way to squeak one out. Chris Sale, he can throw with Jim 7 innings, and we can just scratch out 3 runs across the plate. That's probably a win for us.
Right.
If we can get just one win in Philadelphia and we bring it back to the ATL, I'll give us a fighting chance. Because at the end of the day, you're going to see Reynaldo Lopez, well, probably in game 2. But then on the back end, you're going to be seeing Max Fried, and you're going to be seeing Swellenbach.
And you're right, Steven. That's something that the Braves haven't had the luxury of in the past postseason. So maybe that will make a turnaround difference for us. And maybe that, like you said, we get a split in Philadelphia and we use the home field advantage and maybe squeak out that series. So it could play into our advantage in the weird twist of fate. That's just the
All
interesting thing about
hypothetical.
sports. Yeah, yeah.
all, all
Let's keep that
hypothetical.
known.
Because here's the thing. I mean, we are definitely playing with a depleted lineup right now. We are
Yeah,
squeaking out these
yeah.
wins. The rotation is what's keeping us alive. And I can tell you right now, circle that Mets series at the end of the year because that's going to be the series that's probably going to determine who that wild card spot's going to go to.
Hey, it's funny because early in the season when the Mets came to Atlanta, me, Andrew, and shout out to the Catfish Cowboy got tickets to go to one the game, and it actually got rained out and scheduled for this upcoming series right before our final one against Kansas City. And I told Andrew, I was like, "Hey, we might have lucked out. This could turn out to be a really huge series for the Atlanta Braves." And the way it's turning out, this is going to be a massive series, potentially a wild card deciding series for the Atlanta Braves. So we better be prepared when the time comes. We better not be leaving runners stranded.
Speaking of playoff races, Chase, I know you wanted to bring this up, and I feel like this is a great discussion. The Orioles Yankees AL East battle. You got to remember a guy on my fantasy team before y'all finish. Well, it's not the end of the segment, but y'all haven't talked about your fantasy matchups.
We'll get into that.
Luis Gill has been out for like the last 3 weeks, and he's like a very prime starter for the Yankees. Clark Schmidt is still out. He hasn't played since what? June, May, something like that, and he was really solid too. So, or Jackson Holiday has kind of come back down to earth for a little bit.
Yeah, he's
Ryan
not that high.
Mountcastle, Ryan Mountcastle has been out for a couple weeks. They're starting first baseman. Jordan Westberg also out for a couple weeks. Orioles have been injury ridden.
Well,
They're
and this is a bad time to be injury riddled because
Yep.
this is the Orioles and the Yankees to me is the most interesting playoff race, and here's
Yep.
why. As it stand with the Orioles, who got obliterated by the White Sox today,
Shout out to
8-1,
the South Side, baby. Shout out to the South Side.
not a good look, by the way. But with that loss, the Yankees and the Orioles are now tied for first in that
Mhm.
division. But here's what it comes down to. So the Orioles and the Yankees, the Orioles traveled to the New York for their second to last series of the season. And this is, as it stands, this is the deal right now. If the Orioles take one of those final 3 games against the Yankees and the two teams end up finishing with a tied record, then the Orioles will hold the tiebreaker against the Yankees. So if it's a close race by the time that series comes around, the Orioles only really have to win one game to have that advantage in the season. However, if that is the case, that would mean the Yankees would have to sweep Baltimore. But as to Jackson's point, the Orioles are very injury riddled and they look bad tonight. They really did. I know they won pretty big last night, but tonight it looks bad. And this could be a sign of inconsistency in Baltimore. And the Yankees, they're kind of turning a new leaf. And what I mean by that is it's starting to look like that it's not just the Soto and Judge show. Because you got other players in that rotation that's coming around. They're starting to be a little more consistent. So if this, I guess, pattern holds, by the time that series comes around, the Orioles might not be so confident with just winning one game because it's going to be a late season series in New York. It's going to be primetime baseball. You know, Yankee Stadium is going to be loud. The bleacher creature is going to be louder than ever. They know what's on the line. The Yankees, you know, with their lack of postseason success in a couple of years, they want to win this division. So it's not just like they're coming in here saying, okay, we'll carry the wild card. They're going to want to win this division. They know it's at stake. So they're going to do whatever it takes to win that division. So Orioles, watch out because these injuries could be trouble to you. And Jackson, what could possibly be so fun? You know what? Don't even tell me. I know what happened. I was talking. I'm sure Jackson took some picture of me that looked stupid. So Jackson, go ahead, share the picture, share it to the stream. I'm sure everybody
It's
would
not
love to see
that.
it.
It's not continue. Chase, I was just laughing at your point.
No.
What's fun about my point? What's fun
Listen,
about my
Because
point, Jackson?
I think
I think it's time that while it's time that we stop picking for gold and we transition into the fantasy version of this segment. And it's I
Steven,
Steven,
Steven, what?
come
Steven,
back
I'm
to us, man.
sorry.
Andrew,
Steven, what happened in our matchup, man?
Did
I'm
Steven
sorry
get
to
it?
bring this up.
Well, I'll say you the trouble.
Injuries.
Okay.
Injuries is what happened, Chase. Austin Riley, Jordan
Hey,
Alvarez,
man,
all of
I
them
feel you,
gone.
bro.
The pitching wasn't great. The pitching couldn't hold up this in the last week, which I knew was going to happen. I was like, I'm going to need my pitching to step up this week. Guess what they didn't do? Step up.
Hey, I
Some
feel
got
you,
negative.
Steven.
To give you guys some context real quick, the playoffs are already finalized. I ended up with or Jason Barker for starters ended up with the first overall seed with a 19-3 record, which I had the privilege of dominating him in the previous weeks thanks to his gosh awful pitching and Chris Sale's wonderful performance.
I could
And
use
then
some of that gosh awful pitching,
and then
Jason.
my team, Wander Franco's 14U baseball team, got the luxury of finishing second. So now I'm facing the third seed, Brandon Willoughby Ray, which I have already beaten him 3 times this season alone. And he's sitting with only a 5-point lead right now. And Imanaga pitched me a combined no-hitter with the Chicago Cubs did. And he wrapped me up 28 points. So Imanaga, shout out to you because I was looking on to Blake Snell and Pablo Lopez to get me back in that matchup. And then Chase beat Steven's Daddy Hacks team in the final week to bolster up Chase to the 4th spot where he now has to play the most dominant team in fantasy baseball. But
He really dug himself out of that hole.
Yeah. Parker's pitching rotation was just way too much to overcome this year.
Most
Now
definitely.
we've learned a strategy. It's just all about it's pitching is what's going to win you in fantasy baseball. I mean, the pitching just for me was very inconsistent. I would have good just outings here and there. Aaron Getty had some good starts here and there, but the week that I faced
Eric
against Chase,
Fetty?
I think he was the Houston Astros pitcher. I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Oh, Steven. Boy, would you like to know about him? I have a lot to say about that, man.
Oh, Spencer Arrighetti.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is he on your team now, Chase? Is the one that
He
he gave
is.
us 9
Now
runs?
he's on my team. Oh, yeah, do you want to know how he did for me today? So,
Oh yeah, like -12.
I wish. Try -27. He didn't make it through. He didn't make it. Listen, he didn't make it through an inning, and he gave up 6 hits, 9 runs, and 3 walks, and didn't make it through an inning. So yeah, the lead could be pretty slimmer against Jason, but because of his abysmal performance, Jason is currently beat me by I can't do quick math, but I believe that is 47.
Let me
Bro,
let me
I
cool
would
myself.
just take
Let me cool
Andrew,
myself off, Chase.
Andrew.
That was
Andrew, don't
that
you
was tough.
Yeah,
Andrew,
that's
don't you agree,
bad.
Chase, I just take that up the nose.
Okay, so Jackson keeps making jokes that aren't funny
Okay,
anymore.
alrighty. And so I believe right now Andrew and Chase, both of y'all's matchup is pretty tough.
Very
You know,
tight, very tight.
Yeah, I feel like the Andrew's got a better chance at beating Brennan than
Yeah.
Chase. Dude, Chase. I mean, it's just the
Dude.
inconsistency of the rotation there when it comes to Barker,
Uh,
Barker's team, and how his guys have just performed all year. You like you said,
Yeah.
we can keep on talking about it. Luis Castillo, Corbin Burns, Nathan Eovaldi with another great performance today at 16 points.
look, I
That's
just want to. Oh, go ahead, Steven.
that's just kind of how the league is gone this year. You kind of want your teams to perform when they're supposed to, and it's just my team decided it was the worst week because here's the thing. Last week, Jordan Alvarez I had to put on the bench because he was day to day, and it was literally day to day that entire championship week against Chase, or the week that I needed to put on my best performance for my team, and all of them decided to get injured at the worst possible time.
It's usually how it goes.
And the next week, Jordan Alvarez, literally the day after Sunday, I think they put him back on the roster. Man hits 3 home runs and gives me 21-point performance when I don't need it. I don't care anymore. I'm on literally. I could be last right now, and I don't care. I will eat the hot wings. I am so done. The league has been frustrating for me all season. I'm ready for it to be over. I'm ready for fantasy football. I'm ready to redeem myself because I'm
That's
so
real.
done.
That's
I was
real,
this close to
Steven.
the playoffs and I couldn't get it.
Well, listen,
I,
I just want to jump into me and Brendan's matchup for a little bit because, as I mentioned earlier, I am somehow 3-0 against Brendan's team, who has been very strong because that's a guy right there that values pitching, and it's been consistent for him. He's been one of the lucky guys in our league to not have to battle the amount of gut-wrenching injuries as everybody else has. And I guess I got to kind of toot my own horn because I've also been very fortunate in that category. But let me just talk about, again, Imanaga's performance, a 12-0 shutout against the Pirates today, where he racked up went 7 full innings, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks, and no hits because that's a combined no hitter. So Imanaga gave me 28 points, was huge. And then we look back to the trade that I made with the league leader, Jason Barker, where I gave him Aaron Judge so that way I could get in return Chris Sale because just like you said,
yeah.
Steven, I
Thanks,
realized
Andrew.
I realized that pitching, no, yes, you should be thanking me because I realized that pitching is going to get you far and far in this league, especially
does.
when the postseason comes around. So I snagged the potential NL Cy Young Award winner this year, so that way I could have that strong backbone to rely on. And guess what? Ever since I've acquired him, he had a 17-point outing in Minnesota, and then on Tuesday night gave me 26 points against the Rockies, even giving up 6 hits. His 9 strikeouts and no walks was able to still get him close to 30 points, which is huge for me. And I'm going to expect that for him as the season progresses. And then I got guys like Marcus Stroman, who did really poor for me today. But I can flex him out because I got guys like Luis Serviano on my bench, who, look,
Luis Severino?
who gave me 32 points a couple weeks ago against Miami, and he can put up those performances every so often. And then, in terms of Aaron Judge, I gave away Aaron Judge, but guess who I got in return for those who don't remember? And by the way, Jackson's being an idiot because he's been eliminated from this league for a long time. So this is an
I have
irrelevant
nothing to
segment.
say this
This
segment.
is an irrelevant segment.
Yeah, we
for
can
us.
tell.
But Cody Bellinger has been the man on a mission for me, batting almost a 270. He's nearing 20 home runs, and he had a 8-point performance today against the Pirates. And listen, so I feel like I didn't lose that much value after giving up Aaron Judge, and I'm very stoked right now because Brendan Willoughby Ray, he's got his work cut out for him. He was up by I think 15 going in today, and now he only holds on to an 8-point lead, and it was literally tied up minutes ago. And Jackson, take all the pictures you want. You know what?
Twins.
Take a picture of this, Jackson. Take a picture of this because
Twins.
my
Real
muscles are
quick.
flexing in the post.
Real quick, I just got one question for the Twins. Mustard or ketchup?
Oh man, that was a knee slapper, bro.
Yeah, just like all the jokes you've been making this entire segment, knee
Up the
slappers.
nose.
Hey, so
Okay.
while we have about 5 minutes left, I'm going to quickly just talk about me and Jason's matchup. So he is beating me 130 to 83 right now, but the bright side to this is I've only had 3 pitchers pitched while he's had 4. So actually just one more ahead of me. But I have 83 points. I would have a lot more if it wasn't for the abysmal, and I mean abysmal performance by Arrieta.
That's the
beside
worst
the point.
performance I've
Here's-
ever heard from
Hey,
an MLB
Negative
pitcher.
27 is absolutely insane.
I think it's the worst pitching performance in fantasy I've ever seen. But
Yeah,
Bro, who had Hunter Brown earlier this season that got negative 29?
That was Barker.
Barker, yeah. Well,
Funny enough.
the thing is, including all of that, I still have 83 points, and I'm only down by 47. Now, I know my 47 seems
Only
like
down by 47,
Well,
ladies and
I
gentlemen.
know that seems like a lot, but my pitchers don't pitch till Friday and Saturday, which means offensively they've been producing. So they can continue to produce like they have been this week, and then come Friday and Saturday, and my pitching just does really well. Then by the end of this week, it could be a neck and neck matchup between me and Jason. And reminder, the playoffs are 2 weeks long, so there is a lot of baseball still to be played. So I consider myself still in this matchup.
Jackson, you've been quiet,
that's-
man. Say something, man. Give
Yeah,
us your
Jackson,
predictions, Jackson.
recap-
Give us your predictions. Who do you think's going to be in the championship game? Can anyone else not hear,
Oh,
Jackson?
yeah, no, I can give you my prediction real quick. Barker and Willoughby Ray.
No, come on. Give me the benefit of the doubt here. I'm 3-0 against Brennan. The predictions are
I
in my
want us
favor.
all to suffer together, man.
No,
Steven.
Steven, come on. We
Someone's
gotta have
gotta
a
be
dinger. We
Together,
gotta have a
Dinger
dinger
Dudes.
dudes represented in there, man.
Someone's
That's
got to be
fine,
floating,
fine.
you
Then I'll
know?
root for Andrew, I guess.
Let's go.
That's fair. That's
Come on.
fair. That's
Jackson, nobody can hear you, man.
Oh wow! Hey, this is great. Hey,
Hey.
look, this is we finally cut off the sound on Jackson.
This is what we wanted from Dinger Dudes all along.
This
Oh,
might
man.
be our highest viewed episode.
Man. Yeah, but we do have 2 minutes left. I mean, honestly, like I said, Chase, as much as I want to see 2 Dinger Dude representatives in the playoffs, JB's just got it made, man. He's got the most cut and clean team out of
God,
anybody
and
in the league.
imagine facing him in the championship, man.
Yeah,
He's
That
just-
could be you, Andrew.
And look, this is why I need you to pull through for me, Chase. I need you to because look,
Well-
I'm not gonna lie to you, Chase. It's really like I feel like I'm just giving second place automatically if JB gets to the championship round. Because like I said, he's only lost 3 games all year. And I don't know how I was able to pull up a dominant victory of him on the final regular season week. I don't know how that happened. I really do think that it was
insane.
Hey, I can tell you this. I can tell this, Andrew. So heading into the playoffs, I won 7 out of my last 8 matchups, which is the reason I made the playoffs. So I was kind of hoping I could turn this into a Philadelphia Phillies type story, and I could bring my own energy into the playoffs, and I could just soar through like the Phillies have done the last 2 years. And that could still be the place because I don't think my team is playing bad by any means.
No, you're
It's
the
just
hottest team in
Jason-
the league. You're the hottest team in the league. I'll give you props for that.
I am, and I don't think my team is playing bad. It's just that Jason's team is still playing as amazing as he has all year, and it's why I still think I'm in the competition. No question is it's gonna take. It would be a miracle to beat Jason. This would be my hardest matchup in the postseason is right now. But if I get in the championship game while you still have a really good team, I would have already defeated the Giant, the man who's been running the league since day one, and that's Jason. So I definitely got my work cut out for me, but we'll see what happens. Still plenty of baseball left to be played.
Hey, the final seconds are ticking, Jackson. Why don't you talk about the segment we're about to hop into?
Hey, we're about to get into another Guess the MLB player.
Yes, the MLB player.
Player. We should make a sneaker for
With
that.
your host, Andrew
Yes,
Jefferson.
Jackson
Let's
knows.
get into that.
Nobody
bro.
else knows because Jackson's weird.
Welcome, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Dinger Dudes Guess That MLB Player. With your
I thought you were
host,
gonna wear a
Andrew
button shirt.
No, it wasn't Jackson. But welcome back, ladies and gents. I am your host. I'm here with Steven Lambert and Chase Jefferson. So and Jackson Bolts. But just so we
The
can
reigning
go over-
champion.
Because he cheated. Yeah, listen, I'm going to go ahead and state some ground rules because if you didn't watch the first
I want
edition
y'all to
of
know I'm
this,
going to be cheating.
Jackson,
I'm going to be cheating.
Jackson was
I'm
like
gonna
a
be
little,
cheating.
Look, Jackson was like a little kindergartner in a preschool classroom. That made no sense. Anyways, who had the chance to win a prize out of the treasure
Preschool
box?
classroom?
You know what I mean? You know when those kids just know the answer, they're like, "Oh, I know it, guys, pick me." Yeah, we're not doing it like that, Jackson. We are grown adults now. We are grown men. We have already shaved down in the nether regions. It is that time that we grow up, Jackson. And I'm
That's
going to
right,
go and
brother.
state the rules
We got
right
shit
now.
saved.
Andrew, that is number 4 on the day.
And it's
We
going to
got
keep
shit
growing,
saved
baby.
over here.
It's going to
You see
keep
all
growing,
this?
baby.
Oh, Steven,
And
do
so-
that again,
You
bro.
see all this? Oh, yeah.
Hey,
So
brother,
basically-
just
so
let me
while-
know when you can actually grow a full grown beard there.
Hey,
Chase.
Yeah,
hey,
where's
he's
it- where's
got
this,
the little
Jackson?
stash going. Don't
Where's this,
stop.
Jackson?
You're not the Rizzler, bro. Stop.
Where's all this, Jackson?
But look, so
All
I'm
right,
gonna
bring it
fly,
in.
I got a Google Docs full of some MLB players where the names are not mentioned, and I'm gonna give each contestant a couple seconds to try to go back to the back core memories of their brain and see if they can fish out who this player is. And then once the couple seconds is up, they're gonna raise their hand, and whoever raises their hand first is going to get Rossiel Glacius. That's how you have to do. You have to do the Rossiel Glacius. Point to the sky. And whoever I see do that first is going to get the chance to try to guess who that player is. Guys, are you ready?
I'm
Yes,
ready, man.
sir.
All right. And the
I'm
first
ready,
player is officially up on the board. Y'all have a couple seconds
Oh.
to analyze. Jackson, I said a couple seconds. Put your fingers down, you child. Everybody gets a
I don't
couple
think I know
seconds.
who this is, but
Fair.
it's somebody who reminds me of a lot of.
I'm gonna go ahead
Jackson,
and
put
say
your
I
fingers
don't know who
down,
this
or
is.
you're automatically eliminated from this round.
I think I saw that guy loading up a pallet the other day at Home Depot. I think that's something. This guy was putting in the orders for me. I think he's putting the fries in my.
Put the fries in the bag,
ketchup
bro.
on my sandwich last week.
Put the present made
He
on
found
my
his way
waffle.
to the Cincinnati Reds, man.
Well,
Is he currently playing?
I
Oh.
no, he's
Yeah, let's-
not currently playing.
Let's establish this. Is there a certain era for these players, or are they all random?
All of these players played in the 2010s era. Some played late
Okay.
2000s as well. Jackson, if you do it one more time, you are eliminated from this round.
Okay.
Anyways, but yes, and I will give you some hints if needed. But
I
it
got
doesn't seem
you,
like we're
yeah.
gonna need any hints because Jackson, as we can see him acting like a child over there,
Please.
might already know the answer.
Please. I'm begging for Jackson to get this wrong.
So
So
it's just on
I'm-
your cue, Andrew, and then we'll give us a shot.
And just so y'all know, this guy retired in 2022, so pretty recent
Gotcha.
retirement here. All right, on the count of 3, 2, 1, let me see it. All right. I'm gonna give the
I don't know
edge.
who it
to-
is.
I'm gonna give it to Steven first, since Jackson didn't listen to the rules and kept doing it before I told you to. So,
So
Steven,
I
who do you
think this
is?
guy is a pitcher. I'm probably way off on this. I think he might be a former Atlanta Brave here. Andrew, are we going Mike Minor?
Steven? This guy played for the Atlanta Braves from 2010, 2014. It is absolutely Mike Minor.
Impressive,
1
Steven.
point
Impressive.
for Steven Slamberg.
I was
I had
about
to
to
get
say,
the
I
edge
would
on
have been a
Jackson.
little
I'm not
disappointed
probably not
if
going to
y'all
get
didn't
another
get it.
one. I was
All right.
the
See,
heart
I-
was rumbling on that one.
And he played for a number of different teams, and that's why I didn't want to use the Atlanta Braves pitcher. But yes, Mike Minor had a couple of good seasons. 2012, 2013 had over 10 wins. ERA was a 3.21. That was probably his best
Yeah.
season in 2013. But we move on to our second player. Oh my gosh. No, don't go to that website. I'm kidding, guys. This is a joke. Calm down. Calm down. It's a joke. All right.
That was
Second
Mike
player
Minor.
is on the board.
Bro.
Now, again, Jackson, even if you
Hang
know
on,
it,
hang
keep
on,
your
hang on.
fingers down.
Oof.
Lord.
Oh,
I can
God.
see-
Oh,
I can
God.
see
This
your
was really tough.
I can see Jackson's
Oh, God.
propellers
I see him.
perking through his hoodie right now. Just calm
I
down.
It
see him.
sucks.
Oh,
Jackson
God.
probably got
Oh,
this
God.
one. I got no clue.
Hang
And
on.
again,
I see him.
I
see him.
I can give you some hints if needed. And
It's not
obviously,
gonna help
Chase,
me.
you see him. Obviously, you see him, Chase. He's on your screen.
No, I mean, like, I picture him in my head. Like, I see him on the field. I couldn't tell you his name. I could not tell you his name.
Just let me know if y'all want me to give y'all some hints.
Wait, can I ask for a hint right now?
Yeah.
No. Oh, I know his name.
Okay, so his hint.
All right. All right. If
Joint-
Jackson gets it wrong, then give me a hint, Andrew.
Okay, so y'all guys ready? 3, 2, 1. All right, Jackson, you get the first guess. Who is on your screen?
That is 2010 World Series champion Matt Cain.
In 2010,
Is that 19?
pitched a 13-11 record,
Wow.
and actually, surprisingly, he almost had a 50%, 500 percentile on the win ratio throughout his entire career, which spanned from 2005 to 2017. Jackson, you are absolutely right. It is San Francisco Giant
So
legend. Matt Cain.
me and Chase are going to get roasted in that
We
for
are.
not knowing
We
that.
are.
That's bad.
And
Oh,
It
he
is
was
bad.
huge.
To
in the
give
20
you-
I just didn't know his face. I know the name.
Well,
The name's
that's
great.
what
To
I
give
said.
you-
Like, I see him on the field. I just couldn't picture the name. I couldn't pair the name up.
He was
And
in
look,
that rotation with Bumgarner, Lincecum.
And look,
Yeah.
and that's why I put him in here, because he was in a rotation that had a lot of recognizable faces. And to give you the benefit of the doubt, this was a very young photo of himself. And I had the same problem when I did this last episode. Chase was the host, and I had the same issue where I knew the face, the name just wasn't clicking to me. But
Like Danny Espinosa.
Okay, I got that. Chase used the one with
I
the
had it with the
wacky
curly mustache too.
That mustache
I had the
threw
curly
me. That
mustache
mustache.
picture.
Yeah, that mustache threw me for a loop. Okay, but I got it.
I did
eventually.
that.
I did
got it
that to
eventually.
purposely throw you off. I did that and it worked.
Okay, so we move. Third contestant, third player. There
Oh.
you go. This one I picked for a personal favorite because I'm not going to give you any hints right now, but if you know, you know.
This
if
is
you
the
know,
one
you
that
know.
went on. Okay, I don't know his name, but this guy
Okay.
I think went on a humongous, like a slump that is like the worst in history.
Yeah,
And
that is it.
oh my God,
You're
the
on the
name
right
is
track.
skipping me right now, man.
Okay,
Like we're talking like we're
it.
talking slump of like, dude, like he
Jeff
couldn't get a
Steven.
freaking hit. He played.
It was
He
like-
went to the
it was
Orioles,
like-
and the man just sucked.
I know
Like,
it. I know it.
I'm gonna Chase. I hope to God you do, because beat Jackson. Just beat him to the
All
point of getting to Raisel Iglesias' point.
And I just want to go and say, Steven, you're absolutely on the right track. Let's just see who knows the name. And that's why I put him in here, because I remember that drought being hilarious. And then I remember when he finally got a hit, everybody went nuts.
In
Even
Boston.
even the
He
road
got the
crowd.
hit. He
Yeah,
got
the
the hit
home-
against Boston.
The home crowd Red Sox even gave him a standing ovation after he
Yep.
finally got a hit. But here we go. 3, 2, 1. Chase?
He's
Okay,
got it.
Guess.
Now,
See if you can make it a three-way tie.
I know exactly who this is because I think it was a 54 or 56 game in a row without a hit. He broke it in Boston. I could be wrong about the name. I feel like I know his name, but I could be wrong. So don't rush me not. But is his name Chris Davis?
Yes.
This guy spanned from 2008 2020, went on till this day the longest hitless drought in the whole history of the Major League Baseball organization. Chase, you are absolutely right. It is Chris Davis. We have a one-way tie. Everybody with 1 point going to the fourth round. Ladies and gents, this one, a personal favorite of mine. Let's see if y'all get it.
Oh. Oh, I know it. Wait, hang on. Okay,
I know it.
Real question about the rules. Am I allowed to ask you a question about him?
No.
Yeah.
No.
No, you are.
Are you the host, Jackson? Are you the host of this game show?
You are after everyone kind of gets like their guesses, and then
Okay.
that's when I start helping y'all out a little bit.
Is he currently playing right now?
No.
Okay.
He's okay.
He
retired very recently.
Did he play for the Athletics?
You can't ask a question.
Yeah, I can't answer any questions.
Steven just asked a question.
But I didn't really. Okay, well, I kind of already answered that question up front when I said a lot of these players played in the 2010s era.
Yeah. Okay,
so that's a reasonable question to ask, Steven.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, so give it some time, and then you can answer that question. Okay, I understand.
I'll let it sink in. Like I said, this guy's a personal favorite of mine. All right, guys.
Are you gonna count down?
I'm giving y'all some time.
He wasn't known. I'm gonna just throw out a guess here, but I'm dead wrong on this. I'm just gonna throw out a guess. Whenever you obviously pick. If I can get it in time.
I don't think it's who I'm thinking of. I think.
Oh, I'm off, dude. I'm way off. I'm probably way off.
I know exactly who this is.
Of course you do.
Well, Jackson's gonna get it then, because I don't think it's who I think it is.
There's only one way to find out if you're right or wrong, ladies and gentlemen. 3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna have to hope Jackson's wrong.
I'm just saying. Chase Jefferson did a reel on this summer. Actually, that's Chris Archer.
That's Chris Archer. Chase, I am beyond disappointed because you did.
Hang on.
That is Chris Archer.
Okay.
He played for the Minnesota Twins for his final year and went 2-8.
Exactly, and he barely played.
So this was his most irrelevant standpoint in his career, which is why I threw the Minnesota Twins photo up to kind of throw you off a little bit. But I still expected you to know this, Chase. This was your guy of the summer.
Well, yeah, that's why I said I don't think it is what I think it is, because I know that face, but the Twins. Like, I couldn't think of anyone on the Twins that matches that face, and that's why, because Chris Archer played there for 1 year and barely played.
He's now an executive guy in the Dodgers front office.
Hey, kudos to you, Andrew. Kudos to you for throwing the Twins picture there, because that completely threw you off. That's why I asked if he played for the Athletics, and I was like, no, like, that's why I said it's not.
Andrew, I just want to say you're doing a fantastic job at this game.
Thank you. And I just want to say, Chase, I only did that because you threw me off with the stupid mustache from
Danny Espinosa.
So that was a little bit of a payback
I
for
tipped
that
my cap,
trickery.
I tipped my cap.
Andrew, your guess was more embarrassing when you said, I know this guy. I just don't know.
Also, Andrew, you're doing this a lot more professionally than I did, so kudos to you for that.
Yeah.
Now, this one, I'm not going to lie. This is probably the toughest one. So I'm going to give you some time. All right, so ready for this.
Yo!
Georgia?
Wait a minute.
No shot. I know who that is.
Wait, did he play in
UW? Wait a minute. Is this University of West Georgia?
I know who that is. I know who it is.
In the MLB?
I know who it is.
I'm not giving you any hints yet.
I'm just going to throw out. I think maybe I know who this is.
I know who it is. Please tell me.
And that is our very own West Georgia Wolves, by the way.
I know who it is. I know who it is.
And I'm going to throw out a guess. I'm just going to throw out a guess.
I put the West Georgia.
Don't know, dude.
I put the West Georgia photo on
here. It's the only guy that I know. It's the only guy.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Steven, I saw you first.
Is it Cade Barlow?
It is not Barlow.
Damn, Andrew, I don't know then.
Okay, I think it's a trick question. I could be completely wrong for this, but I think I know who this. He is not an MLB player because that is our very own Trent Ross.
Trent Ross.
That is Trent Ross.
That's Trent Ross.
That is not Trent Ross.
That is Trent Ross. He used to have long hair. Trent Ross used to have long hair.
Yeah, Trent Ross used to have hair.
That is not Trent Ross.
Yes, it is. Yes,
it is. It is Trent Ross.
I've seen this picture before. That's how I knew it was Trent Ross.
Yep. And we
you could have at least had a picture of Cade Marlowe. At least he's playing with the Mariners right now, man.
Bro, I'm like, is that Danny Oberst just to mess with us?
So obviously the guys don't know what we're talking about. This is one of our professors at the University of West Georgia. This is kind of a fun one that I want to throw in. But yes, Chase, you do get the point for it. It is our very own Trent Ross.
I never had, man, that's crazy, man. I never had Trent Ross as a professor. How the heck would I know?
I had Trent Ross, but that looks nothing like him.
Steven had an unfair advantage.
I promise you guys the rest of the people on this list are actually MLB players.
Okay. Hey, I'll take the point. Okay. I'll take the point.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Moving on.
Oh. I know exactly who this is.
I know that guy is. Yeah.
I'm gonna throw my hands up.
Who are you?
Give y'all a couple seconds.
Pick me.
Andrew.
I was a big fan of this guy growing up, actually.
Okay, I got.
Oh God.
Hey, not only does he.
No, that's not him. That's not who I'm thinking of.
Hey, not only does he throw pitches, he also helps you climb mountains.
I know you can't answer this, but I think this man, World Series champion. He just, if you feel it.
Like I said again, not only does he throw pitches, he helps you climb mountains.
I actually don't know if he was a World Series champion.
Yeah. Just think about my words, guys. Not only does he throw pitches, he helps you climb mountains.
I know who it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'm stumped.
Think of my words.
All right, Andrew, just count down.
I'm thinking of your words, and it's not helping. It's not helping.
Span from 2002 to 2014. If that helps you any.
I know exactly who this is.
I'm gonna give you. And he played for a total of 5 teams, I believe. 4 or 5 teams. One of those numbers. He played for at least 4. I can tell you that.
I'm just saying, he had one of the most iconic MLB All-Star Game introductions that I've seen in recent years.
And he helps you climb mountains.
I'm so confused.
So Andrew, count down.
Well, hold on. Let's give Steven looks like he's really concentrating here. Let's give him some time. Let him analyze his facial features.
Bro.
I'm stumped. I really am.
Okay, I guess we're gonna move on. Ready? 3,
2, 1. Jackson, let's hear
I was
it.
a big fan of this guy, and the reason why he is saying climb mountains, that is Cliff Lee.
Cliff Bar.
Cliff
A
Lee.
Cliff Bar, guys. Cliff Bar. Y'all had him. Come on, guys.
Cliff Bar. What?
It is Cliff
Okay,
Lee,
okay,
Jackson. Good
okay.
job. Good job.
And the reason why is he made that exact. You know how people normally tip their hats or smile or like whenever they're introducing the names at the very beginning
Yeah.
in the MLB All-Star game. All he did, they said Philadelphia Phillies pitcher Cliff Lee, and he just did this. He just went.
I also want to point out that nobody ever does this pose when their name is called.
Actually, Chris Archer did,
Yeah, well, that's Chris Archer. Anyway, so Jackson's
which
coming
Chase
in.
didn't get.
We're coming into the
I'm not
seventh
mad
round.
I didn't get it.
Coming into the 7th round, Jackson has a 3-2-1 lead.
We
Jackson
just got 2 more, right?
Yep, 2 more.
Ooh,
So
I gotta get these next 2 to beat Jackson.
if we happen to have a tiebreaker, between either Chase or with either Chase or Steven or vice versa, whichever one gets to 3, I will pull up another player and we'll have a sudden death round. So
Okay.
Jackson, so Chase and Steven, I just need you to lock in.
Brother,
This is hard. This is hard.
Hey,
I'm
Bro,
locking-
this
I'm
is my
locking in.
wheelhouse.
Don't be doubtful. Don't be doubtful. I believe in you guys for this next player.
I'm locked in.
Sure.
I'm locked in.
If it's a Braves player, that's Steven should get this.
That's already a hint right there. The jersey itself is already a hint.
Steven should get this. Steven,
Should I
you
not
mentioned
get
this
it?
guy's name multiple times.
Should I not get it?
No, you should definitely get it, Chase. You should.
Chase,
definitely
you should get
I
it
think
too.
maybe, possibly. And have
All
I?
Yes, you have, Steven. Yes, you have.
So I'll let
You've
Steven-
mentioned his name on the
Steven
show
guess it
What?
because I know who
His
this
face,
is.
his face is so familiar, but like the jerseys are throwing me off. Like,
actually
this was like
a
a
little-
long time ago.
So it's one of 2 guys for me.
You said
So I'm
2000,
100% on this guy.
2010s era?
Yeah.
Yes, he
Okay.
definitely pitched in the 2010s.
There's 2 guys I'm thinking of, but I don't know
Okay,
if this
hang on.
other guy played for the Mets.
I
So,
think I know who. I might know who it is. I have a guess, but I'm not confident it's right, but I have a guess.
I'm gonna let Steven calculate up a guess real quick, and I need you and Steven, Chase and Steven. I need you guys.
So
to be
basically,
quicker
if
than
I
Jackson.
guess
I'm gonna
this,
try.
I win. It's out of reach for them.
Yes, pretty much.
Okay. I think I'm not confident in my guess, but
Chase, I hope to God you got one.
Look,
Come
you
on,
can't
because
let,
I'm like,
you can't
it's
let
one
Jackson.
of 2 guys for me.
You can't
Because
let
like
Jackson.
I think like there's a chance I might know this guy, but also at the same time like the Mets had this is like if we're talking like mid 2000s, the Mets at that time had one of the best pitching rotations in
No,
baseball.
this is early 2010s.
Yeah, this picture right here is like a very, very early version of himself.
Okay,
Very
okay,
early.
so I might know who it is.
Chase
is
looking up the
I
answers.
promise you. I was not. Look, there's nothing on my phone.
I'll give y'all a couple more seconds to calculate.
I don't even think I'm right. I don't even think my guess
I don't
is
think
right.
I'm right either because it's one
I
of 2
don't
guys.
think I'm
for me.
right.
And this picture did come from 2010. If y'all guys know
Okay.
who it is.
Okay.
I have a guess.
A very
3.
early version of himself. Did he debut with the Mets?
Oh no,
No, he
you
did
can't
not.
ask.
I'll give. But y'all are having some trouble this one. No, he did not
He-
debut with the Mets.
He
All right,
did
all
it.
right.
Oh, that throws off my guess then.
All
Wait,
right.
Jackson-
actually, no.
Jackson,
Oh,
you are
God.
not the
Oh, God.
host. You are not the host, Jackson.
Sorry, I'm not gonna point my fingers until you say you're ready.
All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. All right, Steven. Steven, who you got?
Dude, I this sucks, man. I think is this a very, very early photo of Justin Verlander?
It does look like Justin Verlander, but it is
Oh.
not
That-
Justin Verlander.
That was one of my guesses. Okay, who's
All right.
next?
All
who
right.
got it
Well,
next?
Jackson had it second. So
To
Jackson,
seal the win.
If you get this right,
No.
if you get this
Hang on,
right,
give me a
Win.
chance. Hang on.
No,
Can
no,
I?
no, because I'm guessing. Because I. You
Hold on,
can't
hold on,
Jackson
hold on.
knows everybody. Okay.
hold on,
All right,
hold on,
Mister.
hold on, Jackson. I want to do this right now. Okay, I want to do this right now. I want you to, before you say anything, I want you to text me what your guess is.
Text me what your guess is, and Chase, I'm going to give you a shot. If you get it right, hold on. If you get it right, Chase, but Jackson says the same player, Jackson gets that point. But if you get it right and Jackson did not text me the same name, then you get the point, Chase. Because I do want to give you a shot here. I do want to give you a shot.
I don't think it's right, but I want my shot.
It depends on if
That's right.
Jackson. It depends on if Jackson. If you get it right, but Jackson also gets it right, then it is going to be Jackson's point. Because I don't want to screw him entirely, you know. But I do want to screw him a little bit. Pause to give you a chance, Chase. All right.
No.
Does Steven know
It's not
it?
him, is it?
I think Steven might know it. Chase, what's your guess here?
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Can I ask a question real quick? It's not that big a question.
All right, and hold on. And before you guess, Jackson, hold your reaction.
Hey, Chase. Chase.
Jackson,
Chase.
even if
Last name penis.
You
name
can't
penis.
do that.
hold
Last
on,
name penis.
Jackson,
Last name
even
penis, Chase.
Jackson,
Last name
even
penis,
do that.
Chase.
Jackson, shut
Last
up,
name
Jackson.
penis, Chase.
You
Even
can't do that. That's not fair.
Jackson, if Chase gets it right, you still get the point if it's the same person.
Oh, yeah,
So I don't know why
yeah.
you're but
Okay.
hold on, even if Chase gets it right, Jackson, do not react to it because I
Okay.
want there to be suspense.
Okay.
All
Okay,
right, Chase,
you got 10
guess
minutes.
away.
Okay, so Andrew, can I ask this really quick? Just really quick.
Yeah, sure.
Did he make his debut before 2010?
He did. Yes, he did.
Okay. I don't think this is right. I mean, okay.
Wait, hold on. What's going on?
Knuckle.
It's Steve
Oh,
Ballsy.
wait, hang on.
Chase, you might disqualify
Hey,
yourself. Here.
penis?
Knuckle.
Knuckle? I don't know what that means.
Chase, you get 20
Steven
seconds.
sold
You
with
get
the
20
Verlander
seconds.
guess.
Knuckle.
Does that look like I
I
don't know
Chase-
what
Chase-
that means, Steven. Is that a very I don't know if he played for the Mets, but is that a very, very young
Guess. Just you gotta rip it. Rip it like a band-aid.
Adam Wainwright?
Damn.
No,
Very,
it's
very young
not.
Adam Wainwright.
It's not.
Nope.
not.
Jackson, it's Jackson. I'm not
Jackson.
even going to let him get the satisfaction. I'm not even
Who
going to let
is
him
it?
get the
Who is
satisfaction
it?
of saying the
Who
name.
is it,
Can I
Steven? Who
say
is
the
it?
name?
What does
Yes,
knuckle
Steven.
mean?
It's all right, Dickie.
It's all right, Dickie, Chase.
No,
Listen.
it's like penis. That's why you're saying penis.
I said knuckle.
Wait,
I was trying to get the knuckleball. Very famous for it. He's actually holding it in the fridge. Dude,
Wait,
as soon as
Andrew,
I looked at
Andrew,
the picture a little bit more, I was like,
Andrew.
you
Wait, hold on.
son of a...
Hold on.
Yeah, that's all right, Dickie.
Hold on.
Okay, Steven.
Andrew has to reveal if I got it right or not.
I had Steven, really quick.
You got it right,
revealed that.
Jackson.
I already revealed
Show
that.
the freaking phone. I'm not
I
playing the
already
game.
revealed that. Jackson got it right. It's already Dickie.
Steven, okay, the reason when you said penis, I thought I was thinking like someone like he had an embarrassing penis story or something.
I could have said
What?
like Richard or something, like just like I don't know, something.
I was like, was there a player
That's why I
that
was
had,
like
an
last
embarrassing
name penis. Think
story?
about it.
No,
All
I
right.
get it now. Knuckle and
Congratulations,
I get it now.
Jackson. You have no life.
Hey, can I put explicit content next to this video?
All right. Well, I
Penis,
guess
penis,
just for
penis.
fun,
Yes,
just
you
go ahead and
should.
show the last player.
For fun, this is just for bragging rights at this point. I will show the 8th and final player.
Oh, I know who this
Oh
is.
my gosh, who is
Yeah,
that?
I have no idea who is that.
Who is that?
All right. Well, Jackson, I'm going to save you the troubles. Go ahead and tell us who it is.
He played for the Yankees, the Phillies, recently the Cardinals. He retired in 2022. I believe that was his last season. Mr. J.A. Happ.
No,
That's
it is
J-
not. It is
I'm
not
about to say
J.A.
that
Happ.
is not J.A. Happ.
It is not J.A. Happ.
That's not J.A. Happ?
No, it's not.
Okay, I was about to say, I was like, that
Yes,
is
it
not
is. Is it
J.A.
not?
Happ.
It's not J.A. Happ. It's not. You came I would say came very close, but you weren't close at all. But
That's not J.A.
Who did he
I'll give
retire
you a
with?
few more seconds. I don't want to give that away. That
Hang
might
on.
push you toward the right answer.
When did can you say when he retired?
Let me look it up because I'm not entirely sure.
You did that for a previous player. You did that for a previous
Yeah.
player. When did he retire? Because I might have a guess.
J.A. Happ.
Hold on.
Andrew's tripping.
Let me look. What year did he retire?
Jackson, no, that's not. I'm gonna look up a picture of J.A. Happ and prove it to you. Jackson, that's not J.A. Happ. I know who it is. I know who it is.
Andrew,
Hold on.
stop trolling.
I know
Hold on,
who it
Chase.
is. I know
All right.
who it is.
All right, Chase. Chase, go. If you know who it is, go ahead, Chase.
That is J.A. Happ.
Of course it
J.A.
is.
I can't be doing that. I knew
It
you
is J.A. Happ. Chase
Hey,
gets
and
the
we didn't
point.
tell you that last point was worth 3.
Yeah, so Chase is
Chase
the
got a
winner.
winner.
Chase is the winner.
You can't be doing that, bro.
Is the winner of this game.
Jackson,
Congratulations,
Bro,
Chase.
you had to have had that coordinated before this whole
Jackson,
thing.
Chase.
Jackson, before the round started, Andrew texted me and said, it's J.A. Happ. Say it, and I'll give you the point.
Chase is the winner. Let's
Jesus,
go.
I still have 4 points. That only gives him 3.
No, he said he gets a 3 points. So it was worth 3
That
points.
was a three-pointer. That was a three-pointer. Chase nailed it. Chase switched it. Way to go, Chase, everybody. Let's go. All right, so Jackson, better luck next
God.
time. But
That's
hey,
insane.
Oh man, I botched the R.A. Dickey one, but it's all good.
you did. You
Justin, I mean,
I
at least
can't-
Justin Verlander played for the Mets. Adam Wainwright played for the Cardinals his whole career.
Okay, that's why I literally said before I made my guess, I don't think he played for the Mets, but he kind of looked
Nah,
like
he didn't.
I
And
can't-
he play like the one. Like I said, as soon as I looked at it a little bit more, I was like, literally in the photo, you can see
The
the pitch
knuckleball.
that he's holding. It's a knuckleball.
Mhm.
So
I
mean,
can't believe
it's-
I didn't put 2 and 2 together. You were saying penis and knuckle, and I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
I don't know. I probably wouldn't have either.
Adam,
Just-
bro,
I'll just-
I'm offended. I'm offended because you said penis and you're Adam Wainwright. What are you? What?
Hey,
Chase is
hey,
frozen again.
I think it's time
Yeah.
that we wrap up this episode because
Yeah.
Chase can't even take it right now. Speaking of penis, but yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining us on episode 14 of Dinger Dudes. Like we said at the intro,
Digger dudes. How ironic.
Yes. We do apologize that we had to push this episode towards the middle of the week. Like mentioned earlier, we got back with our show Sports Out of Pocket from the University of West Georgia, and it's been
so
kind of
much.
it's been a very
But-
hectic start to the semester. But we're going to try to keep our consistency going to upload more content for you guys.
Yeah.
But as for me, Jackson, Steven, and the winner of edition 2 of Guest MLB Player, Chase Jefferson, we will see you guys for episode 15.
Peace out, yo.